My take is go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe. You're going to like the video, so just go ahead and do it now. College football playoff rankings, those came out last night. All in all, I thought the committee did a really good job. There's just one ranking in there that I didn't fully understand. I'll get to that here in a moment, but I want to start at the top. Ohio State's ranked 1, Indiana's ranked 2. And this, to me, is the biggest issue that a lot of people have with the college football playoff and the way that we do the rankings and the seedings and those things. Ohio State's clearly the best team in college football. If you don't think Ohio State's the best team in college football, then you're probably an IU fan or a Michigan fan. Every neutral person, I think, would agree that Ohio State looks like the best team in college football. An elite defense. Julian Sayin is coming along, and they don't really need him to. Like, that's how good they are on defense. But IU has a better resume. Ohio State's best win came at home against, obviously a good Texas team. They beat them 14-7. Their second best win came against Illinois, a game in which they won 34-16. And then you compare that to IU, whose best win was on the road at Oregon, who the College Football Playoff Committee has ranked 9th. Oh, and they beat Illinois by 53, not 18, like Ohio State did. Indiana's resume is better than Ohio State's, but Ohio State should be ranked number 1 because they're the best team in college football. Now this raises the question of, are we ranking the teams or are we ranking the resumes? Because Indiana's resume is better than Ohio State's. That is just a very, very simple fact. And, look, you can pull up A&M as well, and you could probably make an argument that their resume is better than Ohio State's because they have wins. Actually, no, you probably can't. Their best wins are over Notre Dame and LSU. So you can't really make that argument. So never mind. Just forget that I said that. So that's the issue with this format. Are we ranking the teams or the resumes? And when I see that, it makes me think that they're actually going to rank the teams this year. And that's what I think that they should do. And we see more proof of that by ranking BYU 7th. I love that they ranked BYU 7th because these are rankings, not standings. It seems like every year that this has happened, it's just like, who's undefeated? Let's put them at the top, and then, we'll put all the one-loss teams next, and then we'll put all the two-loss teams. And that is not what they did this year, which I really appreciate. BYU's a good football team. With that being said, their best win came against 13th ranked Utah. It's a good win, but after that, it's a lot of cupcakes. It's a lot of wins over teams that just aren't very good. It's Portland State, Stanford, East Carolina, Colorado, West Virginia, Arizona, and Iowa State. Their second best win's Iowa State. And I understand that teams like Alabama, lost on the road to Florida State, but they also became the first team in college football history to beat a ranked team 4 weeks in a row. That, to me, is significantly more impressive than what BYU has done this year. And that should matter. Now, BYU is going to have an opportunity on Saturday to go on the road to Texas Tech and win. If they do that, then they should be ranked 4th. No questions asked. But to me, they still haven't proven that they're a top 5 team just because their schedule hasn't been very tough. And even though teams like Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss have all lost the game, it's because their schedules have been significantly tougher than BYU's. Just go through and look at all 3 of them and compare them to BYU's, and unless you're a BYU fan, I feel like you will agree with me. Now, the only issue that I have with the rankings is, one, I think Oregon should, I guess there's 2. Oregon should be ranked higher. I get it. They don't have any good wins. They're not going to have any because Penn State ended up not being very good. But Oregon's a really good football team. That team should probably host a home playoff game. So I would move them up a little bit, probably to 7, and I'd drop BYU and Texas Tech. And then I don't like Notre Dame at 10. Notre Dame should not be the highest ranked team with 2 losses. I get it. They have two good losses, and I know that the College Football Playoff Committee loves good losses. Who doesn't love a good loss? And they're ranked in front of a Texas team that simply has better wins. And to me, a good win is significantly better than having a good loss. Because there's a lot of teams in the country who can lose to Texas A&M and Miami. There's a lot of teams who could. But there's not very many teams who could beat Vanderbilt like Texas did previously. There's not a lot of teams in the country who can go and beat Oklahoma at a neutral site like Texas did earlier during the season. For Oklahoma, see who's their best win here. Their best win's Tennessee, who's ranked 25th. So you probably couldn't argue for them to be ranked higher, and Michigan. But you could definitely argue for Texas to be ranked in front of Notre Dame because Texas's losses aren't that bad either. They lost on the road to Ohio State. That's the best loss in college football. Losing on the road by 7 to the number 1 ranked team in the land, it's a pretty freaking good loss. And then they lost on the road at Florida, which on paper isn't a great loss, but winning in Florida is not an easy thing to do. So I don't think that loss is as bad as everyone else does. I'm probably wrong, but that's okay. I like Texas's resume more because they have more good wins. I think we should value good wins more than we value good losses. And based off of that, Texas should 1,000% be ranked in front of Notre Dame. But look, it's 2 spots. Both of those teams at the playoffs started today. They'd both get in, so it's really not a super big deal. No ACC teams are ranked in the top 12. It's probably how it should be. But one of them, at least one of them, is probably going to find a way to get in. Just go win your ACC title game, and you're probably going to get in. Whether that's Louisville or Virginia, Georgia Tech still has a pretty decent chance to get in. They're going to play Georgia to close the season. If they go beat them, or if they just play them close, because we know the College Football Playoff Committee loves good losses. So if they can just go and play them close, then they'll have their fair chance at making the playoff. And then no group of 5 teams are ranked. I saw people being very upset about that. Saw a lot of James Madison love. South Florida, Memphis, saw a lot of it. Yeah, I don't think any of them should be ranked. There's not like a standout group of 5 team this year. And I think that in order to be ranked, you need to be a standout. Like Boise State last year was clearly better than all of those group of 5 teams. And like there wasn't any sort of question about it. That is not the case this year. So I have no issue with them not ranking any group of 5 teams. Thank you for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Do me a favor and subscribe. We got more college football content coming out throughout the course of the year.